I don't speak to tear men down. I speak because I've lived at the bottom, and I refuse to watch other men sink there too. I want men to rise. I want fathers to lead. I want broken men to rebuild, not for the world's approval, but for their families and for themselves. Because here's the truth nobody's saying. The world has always been held together by strong men. Not perfect men, not soft men, not distracted men, strong men, disciplined men, men who carried weight even when their knees were shaking. History is crystal clear. Anytime life was stable, safe, and decent, it was because strong men stood up and said, "I will not break." But today, everything is designed to make men numb, weak, and distracted. Comfort everywhere, distraction everywhere. No identity, no backbone, no purpose. And I've lived that life. I know exactly where it leads. I've been arrested. I've been lost. I've been weak. I've been a young man with no discipline and nothing to anchor me in except pain. I wasn't ashamed of masculinity. I was ashamed of the man I wasn't. But when my son was born at 25, that was my turning point. Not because I was ready, not because I had life figured out, but because fatherhood forces you to become a man your child doesn't have to recover from. My son didn't save me. He forced me to save myself. That was my first resurrection. Then life broke me again. My sister was murdered. No words, no warning, no time to prepare. And I had a choice. Let the pain destroy me or let it forge me. That was my second resurrection. So when I talk about discipline, it's not theory, it's not motivational hype, it's a survival mechanism. I became disciplined because life gave me no other option. And that's what most men don't understand. If you cannot control your own mind, your future is already written. Not by destiny, but by weakness. A man who cannot command himself will always live at the bottom. Not financially, mentally. Your mind must become your weapon, not your cage. Fatherhood taught me that. Pain taught me that. Loss taught me that. You want to know why I train? Why I run? Why I push myself like the world is on fire? Because weakness always costs me everything. I train because I refuse to be a father who gives his son an example of quitting. I train because I refuse to let grief bury me alive. I train because I refuse to waste the life my sister never got to finish. Fit the Grind is not a brand, it's a mission. A reminder that purpose is built in the dark, in the pain, in the discipline, in the days you want to quit. Strong men don't avoid emotion. They outgrow the version of themselves that could not handle it. This world doesn't need perfect men, it needs present men. It needs fathers who lead. It needs men who carry themselves with purpose. It needs men who refuse to fold. The modern world is drowning men in distraction, comfort, and weakness. Not because men are useless, but because weak men are easier to control. But every man has a stronger version inside of him. A version built through pain, fatherhood, responsibility, discipline, and purpose. That version of you is not out of reach. He's asleep. And Fit in the Grind is the alarm clock. Not to motivate you, but to wake you up. A man who controls his mind is unstoppable. A man who honors his family is unshakable. A man who rises from pain becomes someone the world cannot break. This is your rebirth. This is your awakening. This is your moment to refuse mediocrity forever. Fit in the Grind, fatherhood, discipline, redemption. Rise anyway.